20 years ago, in June 1993, the Lynda Jackson Macmillan Centre for Cancer Support and Information opened its doors. The first Macmillan Partnership Service for information and support. Its pioneering approach changed the way cancer patients receive support to this day. The centre was named after Lynda Jackson, whose friends and family raised a substantial amount of money in her memory after she died of cancer at the age of just 31. At the time, Jane Marr, a consultant oncologist at Mount Vernon Cancer Centre, and Judy Young, a counsellor there, were conducting studies into the needs of patients.
Mount Vernon Cancer Centre, which is in northwest London, had a national reputation in cancer treatment. It had a specialist palliative care unit, but it had really no focus on the holistic care of patients.
When I started working as a counsellor in the cancer centre, I realised that not only did patients want counselling, but they particularly wanted information.
The stories that came from patients in the 1990s really highlighted how little support there was for them.
We had a vision of what we wanted based on patients' needs.
One of the most important steps that we took was to spend time with both patients and healthcare professionals to find out how support and information could best be organised so that patients had the right support and information during the moments that mattered. Our partnership with Macmillan was extremely important right from the very beginning. We were fortunate that Loretta Tinkham, a senior manager in Macmillan, felt that support and information centres were something that Macmillan should take forward.
We had come up with the ideas which were probably pioneering and fairly groundbreaking in terms of offering information support, and she offered Macmillan support at the time for these ideas to help us put them into place.
It was really important to provide a comforting, warm environment for patients, and that was a very key part of our original vision.
The centre continues to offer a team of experts and trained volunteers who are on hand to answer visitors' questions in confidence. A range of information sources are on offer, as well as free supportive care services, such as aromatherapy massage, counselling and relaxation classes. The centre also works with groups that support people living with cancer.
I was diagnosed with cancer in August 1993. So I was one of its first patients, and it was like an oasis in the middle of a clinical world. It gave you the opportunity to re-ask questions, to ask questions in greater depth, and to feel that it didn't matter how many times you came, you could ask the same questions over and over again.
Jenny Wood, the cancer support coordinator at the time, developed the role and approach to using volunteers for support and information, something few other centres were doing back then.
We decided that we had to make the opening of the centre, walking into the centre, a pleasant experience, and the volunteers were trained very much to just let the patient take their time, don't hurry them, and then just approach them and say, "Can you see what you're looking for?"
I was desperate. I kind of didn't know what to do. I shut everybody I knew out completely. And somehow I found the kind of strength to get myself to the Lynda Jackson Centre here. It was a godsend to be able to come to somewhere local, to talk to people who understood you, people who could deal with any of the different aspects of what a cancer diagnosis and its treatment does to you.
One of the things I'm particularly involved with are the pre-chemotherapy sessions. So what we do is get patients in who are about to start their chemotherapy, and while a nurse talks to them about the medical side of things, us volunteers can talk about all the other side of things, so emotional support and practical support.
The centre has been so successful that Macmillan has invested in similar centres all over the UK.
Technology and the treatments for cancer have changed beyond all recognition, but the actual issues that patients struggle with have not changed at all.
We take these services for granted now, but 20 years ago, really these services were just not available. It's an enormous source of pride to come into the Support and Information Centre and see so many people being helped. But it's a huge team effort, and I never forget that.
Going back all those years, 20 years ago now, the idea of a centre to provide support and information for patients was a dream.
The Lynda Jackson Macmillan Centre has given me the courage to face the future and whatever that might bring.